and I'm disgusted with myself for that. We've got Matisse and Kai contesting the bludger, and the rest of the starting lineup for Motorsagene is Tobias, Helle, Stine, and Annika. NTNUI feels I'm sorry for the chase over there. I do not know. And we're off with Quaffle and bludger control with Motorsagene. And they are slowly advancing. NTNUI is playing Baylor, keeping their one bludger with Matilda at the hoops. And we got a pass to Annika, who passes to Tobias, who is behind, guarded by Kai with a bludger. And we've got a drive in by Tobias, who scores. So we are 10-0 for Motorsagene, and it is equal 10-10 with a counter by Jonas, and we got another counter by Jürgen, who gets beat or loses the quaffle first anyway. Yes. Yes. Now NTNUI is slowly advancing up the pitch. Jonas with the quaffle, running across with the chasers, whose name I regrettably do not know, who runs across with Maria. And yeah, I don't know. we got a beat on Matisse, and the opening was used by Ludwig to score from behind. Now Sagene is advancing slowly up the pitch with Jürgen in the middle, passing off to Tobias, passing back to Jürgen. Sagene beaters are, I want to say, encircling the NTNUI hoops. NTNUI still playing Baylor, and they're inching ever closer. And a shot attempt, question mark, lands directly in Jürgen Ludwig's hands. A beat attempt on Jonas from halfway across pitch fails, but a way closer beat attempt by Helle succeeds, and it's a turnover of the quaffle to Sagene. I'm totally not mixing up the team names. Jürgen driving in and passing off to Stine, who dodges around, weaves around, and scores. So if I kept counting correctly, we are now 2010. Something like 2010? Does that sound correct? Probably. It's not like anyone's correcting me currently. Yes. And Sagene is advancing up slowly with Kai trying to pressure out, but being himself pressured by the NTNUI beaters. And NTNUI only has one, Sagene only has one bludger in defense, but a missed beat attempt on Helle.
Stopping it isn't.
Yes.
Oh.
And we've got a turnover by done with some aggressive beating up at the midline, and Sagene is at NTNUI's hoops, and Stine dunks it. Not quite elbow deep, but we take what we got.
Our match is 3 still. 3-15.
And we had an attempt by NTNUI to regain bludger control that fails when Helle beats Robin in the back.
We basically made up the delay. Okay.
And NTNUI is slowly advancing with the quaffle in the hands of Jonas, who fakes across with Vilde, passes to Ludwig behind the hoops, who passes back up top to Vilde. And yeah, the beaters seem to be mostly guarding the chasers for the moment. We got Maria, who's had some great drives in possession of the quaffle. Beaters are now actually doing things. We got Sagene pressuring up, beating Jonas, beating Ludwig, and almost beating Maria, and the entire offense has collapsed, and Jürgen is at the hoops with Stine, who scores. So, if I kept count correctly, that should be, the scoreboard says 30-20. I must have missed a goal somewhere. Anyway. And we've got the, yes, the chaser whose name I, again, regrettably do not know. Oh, there's several of them. Anyway, in possession, crossing with another chaser who I do not know, I'm sorry. Yes, we've got some beta shenanigans going on with NTNUI beating out all of Sagna's beaters. Schür in possession of the quaffle, and resetting to avoid being beat by the very aggressive beaters in defense. Hella and Kai are almost at the midline and beat Schür, who managed to get the ball off to the one of the chasers whose name I don't know. There's a turnover to Jürgen, who now runs it up to NTNUI's side, and he runs behind.
You could say the numbers when you don't know.
This is true. I could say the numbers. So, anyway. Annika passes back to Jürgen, who passes to Tobias, and who passes to, I'm sorry, is that Dina? Yes, that's Dina. Who passes to Annika, and they pass more around. One of the hoops falls over. So that's fine. We've got a steal of the single bludger in defense on NTNUI's part by Kai, though Mattis quickly corrects that situation as Schür manages to steal the quaffle after some contact. And NTNUI is back in offense, still up against Control in with Sagene, but Sagene was on one side and Schür was on the other and scores. And once again, Jürgen, this time accompanied by Dina, Annika, and Daniel, uncharacteristically not beating, advances. Jürgen, I want to say, Kai goes for a napalm. The quaffle is at the hoops, but lands in control of NTNUI. And
keeper grabs it.
And
countering,
manages to maintain control, but and a missed beat on Jonas.
Come on!
Gives him an attempt at shooting at the hoops, but he misses. Some fumbling, passing, and number 44 is beat with the quaffle and Sagna right next to him. Next to them. I actually don't know your pronouns, I'm sorry. And Armin, pretty much unopposed, drives into the hoops. And it's a goal for Sagna. Once again, Sagna is maintaining budget control pretty much since the start of the game. Kai is pressuring out quite far and beats Schür, but is himself beat by Matilda, and NTNUI has control and was in possession at the midline and regains possession. They are still in offense. And yes, there's some crossing going on.
I keep trying to turn to that side and they keep being on the midline.
Yes, the beaters are very concentrated, and Schür does not shoot a goal. Schür misses with a long shot after some, I'm sure, careful consideration of the situation. That is not the word I was looking for. Anyway, Jürgen is beating now.
He failed his dry almond lesson.
Indeed he did. Armin passes to Dina, who passes back to Armin. Sagna beaters go for surround and regaining control. Dina passes to Daniel, who is beat. Matilda is beat, and Sagna has control again. And Armin drives it in.
Very nice drive.
Another goal for Motorsagene. And Sagene maintains control with the third bludger at their end of the pitch. Though Flores passes back to Robin, and Robin guarding Maria, who is in possession of the quaffle. She crosses with Sjur, and Helle misses a beat on Sjur. Robin beats Armin, is threatening Sjur, and Sjur passes to Ludwig, and he scores.
That's a close one.
Yeah.
And Robin loses the ball, while Sagene, more or less unopposed, scores. By the sound of it, once again Armin. Though this time not with a drive, that was a shot.
Didn't catch it on camera though, sadly.
Yeah, it sounds like someone needs to be a better cameraman.
You want to switch?
No, go away.
Do you want me to call the ambulance or
Apply water to burnt area.
I are going to need an ambulance for tough
Ville is on as beater for Sagene now and was pressuring out high. Played out by NTNUI beaters who tried to pass it off to Maria, who was close to the hoops and manages to put it in, but not before being beat, unfortunately.
We're over halfway, about 11 minutes.
Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. Anyway, Daniel behind the NTNUI hoops with in possession passes to Annika, who goes around the hoops, and Daniel shoots it over, I think that's number 27, into the hoop. NTNUI, I am shameful to admit, I did not notice how that happened, but they have control back. So that's neat.
Should start warming up soon.
We should start warming up soon, it is true. I'm going to keep commentating. Do you want to tell OSI to start warming up soon?
Gotcha. You heard of it?
God damn it, this, yes. Armin once again pressuring Sjur way up high. And leading to Sjur falling. Yes.
That looked hard.
That looked hard. If you're filming, I would advise not filming that.
Please, no injuries. Just one day away from retirement. Anyway.
Looks like he's fine.
It looks like Sjur is... He's able to walk at least. I would clap, but I have to use both my hands for holding the mic. I can clap against my thigh, I guess. Anyway, I can clap one-handed. Anyway, Sjur is replaced by... Who's he replaced by? Jonas. Yes, so we've got Jonas with Armin still right behind.
Ooh, thank you.
And yes, we're just waiting for the game to restart. Control is still with NTNUI, and I'm going to be offered a grape. I'm going to be offered a grape, and I'm going to take the offer.
Grape. Makes me think of rice.
Why don't you have to remind me of Rice and his grapes? And we're off again. And Jonas goes back into the middle and swings all around to the left and passes off to Ludwig behind the hoops, who is beat by Vilde, and Sagene is in possession, and Armin has an unopposed run at the hoops, and he scores. Or Armin who? Armin who? Hi. Just to send all of the mixed signals. Anyway.
How many times has Armin driven now?
How many times has Armin scored after a drive? I think it was like 4 times now. No, 3 maybe. 4?
5?
One of his goals wasn't a drive. Anyway, the quaffle is with Vilde. NTNUI is maintaining logic control, and Vilde crosses with Jonas, who runs it to the right, who crosses with Maria, and I have hair in my mouth. There's Yes, Flores is wrapped by Jürgen, who is beat by Matilda, who is engaged by Wilde, and yes. In the confusion, Sagana manages to regain the quaffle, and what probably was supposed to be a pass from Armin to Daniel goes in the goal instead.
We take those.
Jonas runs up pitch, is tackled to the ground by Armin, but he loses his grip. He gives the ball off to Ludwig, and he passes it back to Jonas. And a pass to Maria right in front of the hoops is intercepted by Annika. It's not an unopposed, it's not a counter this time, as NTNUI beaters are standing ready at the hoops with control. The ball goes back to Armin up top as the Sagana bludger in the hands of Kai arrives on the scene. Pass to Dina behind the hoops, pass back to Armin next to the hoops. Attempt engaged by Jonas. Shot or pass attempt lands in the hands of Maria. And some aggressive beating from NTNUI keeps them. No. They lose control in the defense. Sagana has control now. And yes, Helle goes shoe hunting. Ludwig passes to Maria.
Shoe hunting, nice.
The two fake a cross. Maria still has the ball. Is tackled by Annika. She passes it off to Wilde, and Annika is beat by Flores. Flores beats Dina. Ludwig has the ball. Dodges close to the hoops. Passes off to Schur, but Schur misses. And is Sagana gonna get another counter? They sure are gonna get another counter. That looked dangerously close to a defensive charge, not going to lie. Anyway, Armin has the quaffle now. NTNUI has set up defense with one bludger this time. And they are, it seems, still playing hoop defense. A pass from Daniel to Annika, who dunks it in through the covered hoop. I do not know what the score is, and I cannot read it from here, but we are in double digits, or triple digits, I guess. 100-40. Schur attempts a shot at the hoops that did not seem to be covered, but he misses and is beat by Kai. Or was it covered? Anyway, no goal is the main takeaway here. Jürgen advances up pitch, passes it off to Dina. They keep advancing. Sagana beaters advance close to NTNUI hoops, and
That's a goal.
And Jürgen scores within from like 2 meters away. And NTNUI once again advances slowly up the pitch.
Head drift arguing is normal speed.
It is not, they're not running their foot slowly. There's some aggressive beta play with NTNUI trying to recover control, but failing. And, well, failing initially, but now in their own half with control. No help for their chasers who are around Sagana's hoops and have to turn over the bludger, the quaffle. Is it noticeable that I'm a beta? No, it would never be. Jürgen advances, is stopped in his unfettered advance by Wilde, passes off to Annika. And NTNUI is once again playing hoop defense, and for once they manage to prevent a shot, get a turnover, but not a free counter, because Schur is stopped by Helle. Makes a less than stellar pass to number 25, who passes it off to number 44, who fumbles it. It's knocked out of the hands. They're beat, and it's in the hands of Tobias, who passes it to Jürgen. And yes, once again, NTNUI with large control. Armin now beating behind their hoops, ready for Helle to make a move. Helle makes a move, shoots Matilda, who does not reach the ball before Armin.
Oh.
Meanwhile, the chasers. Meanwhile, Sagene
Still in.
chasers at first seem to fumble the offense, and Schür strips the ball from Jørgen. A scrappy defense by NTNUI that
Good job.
pays off.
Good job. Yeah.
Good job, Schür.
Yeah.
Or Schür Hu. Schür Hei. I feel very dumb doing this alone, I'm not gonna lie. Advancing up the pitch. Number 44 has the quaffle. Meanwhile, the beaters are battling for control once again. Maria runs almost into Helle before reconsidering. Crosses with Schür. Armin beats beats Mattis. Vilde has the ball still up top. Robin is beat, and there is only one beater in defense, but also there were calls for a turnover. I did not fully understand. NTNUI is still in offense. There is no beat. They have no bludgers at the moment, and Sagene now has the quaffle in possession of Kai. Yes.
Snitch on pitch.
Snitch is on pitch and control is with Sagene. An attempt at a goal from Kai is stopped by Mattis with a well-timed beat. Tobias behind the hoops with the ball. Passes it over the hoops to Stina, who does not get past Ludwig for the moment. Beaters battling it out-ish. Stina passes back to Kai, who passes back to Stina. And we have Seekers on pitch with Sagene bobbling. Yes. Should I follow Snitch or Quaffle?
I had the same question for you.
Well, anyway, Sagene scores. And their beaters do not seem to be focusing on Snitch, which is, of course, where Sagene's beaters are. Armin beats Mattis. Armin is beat by Robin. Robin beats Helle, and they are now bubbling around the Snitch. Sagene scores once again, and NTNUI are maintaining their control of the space around the Snitch. Though Mattis is beat by Helle, and Robin gets their bludgers stripped by Armin, who is not beat by Mattis. Armin goes for Jonas, the Seeker, and Jørgen has some time until Mattis arrives. Or he doesn't. Jørgen is beat. There's more scrappy beater duels, and if I heard correctly, NTNUI scored. And NTNUI still, or again, has control both of the bludgers and the space around the Snitch. A long distance beat on Jonas from Armin. And Mattis from not as long a distance, but he does not save him from being beat by Robin. As is Jørgen and Robin themselves beat by Helle. And Jonas dodges a beat from Helle. Helle is beat by Mattis. And Jonas has a good go at the Snitch. And Sagene has control. Mattis is beat by Armin, and NTNUI scores. Jørgen, yes, Armin beats Jonas once again, and Sagene does not have control anymore. They lost control. Jørgen is beat, and it seems like it's anyone's game regarding the snitch for the time being. Though Jonas gets a decent go at it for now. Until he's beat right now by Armin.
The snitch is just throwing people off.
The snitch is... This is a quite physical snitch, and it looks like Jürgen... And it looks like Jürgen caught it. Whether it will be called good is another question entirely. I do not know the score. If it is called good, then Sagene wins 180 to 60. If it isn't, then of course we continue. Yes. So NTNUI is 9 points down.
God.
And I do not even know
hell?
what to... Someone has watched too much Dune here on Sagene. They are impersonating Shai Hulud. Blessed be the coming and the going of him. Yes. The catch is called no good, despite Kai proclaiming Jürgen to be Lisan Al-Gaib, the voice from the outer worlds.
Do we have a second camera? A second camera on the snitch?
No, we are now the one.
And we continue in a moment, it seems. And NTNUI is back to bubbling, not giving Jürgen another shot for now. Jonas is beat, but Jürgen is as well. So Sagene does not have a chance currently at catching. Yes. We've got Floris covering the snitch, but being threatened by Ville and with a long shot by Armin. Jürgen is beat, and Jonas has a go. If he were to catch, hypothetically, it would go, of course, to overtime. He has quite some time on the snitch.
NTNUI scored.
And
They countered. Good counter.
And he is beat by Wilde, who misses a backhand beat attempt, I assume, on Floris, who did beat Jürgen, the Sagene seeker. And I realize I have to warm up soon because our game is starting in 15 minutes. Anyway, a missed beat attempt on Robin, who is now seeking for NTNUI. A hit on Matilda by Armin, and he beats out Floris as well. The situation has completely flipped in the space of maybe 10 seconds, and Jürgen has protected by his beaters a good shot at the snitch. Robin is beat by both Armin and Wilde after the NTNUI beaters are beat, and Jürgen is taking his sweet time approaching the snitch, who has proven themselves to be quite physical. And another catch by Jürgen. Will it be called good this time? Will Kai once again proclaim him to be Lisan Al-Gaib? We shall see.
God damn it!
If it is called good, then it is called good. So the final score is 190 to 80. And with that, I'ma fuck off. Actually, the microphone is once again punishing me for daring to utter swear. But anyway, tune in for the next game, which is
OSI BSI students.
yes, I'm trying to actually have it sound nice, you know.
I know.
This mic is temperamental. All right. Yes, tune in for the next game, which is us, OSI, against BSI. The battle of the former Norwegian capitals, if you ignore Trondheim. Anyway.